Hi everybody. So growing up, of course, we had our rotations. So we would have rice, potatoes, cornbread, like the starches were in rotation, of course, along with vegetables. But pasta was there, but it wasn't really like in our rotation. Well, of course, we would go places and have pasta, but like just being at home and my mama making Alfredo or my mama making Alfredo, it really wasn't a thing for us, for real. But Cajun pasta, this one snuck up on me because it feels fancy, it eats fancy, but it's very quick and simple. So I already cleaned my shrimp off camera. I've already cleaned, deveined, and seasoned my shrimp off camera. Now I am just julienning my vegetables and cutting my sausage into half moons. So first into my hot pot will be the shrimp. I know it feels wrong, however, we're only letting them stay 1 to 2 minutes on each side just so that they can get a little pink. That's it. The shrimp are gonna go back in the sauce later. They will finish cooking then. If you cook them now all the way through, by the time the dish is done, you will have a bunch of pink erasers. So don't nobody want that shit. We're gonna pull them early, set them aside, and bring them back later. Add a little more oil in the same pot and the sausage goes in. The sausage is doing two things: cooking through and leaving behind all of those brown bits at the bottom of the pot. We want color on them, brown edges, a little crispy. There's flavor that we're about to build on. With a little more oil, vegetables go in. Same pot, all the good stuff left behind from the sausage and the shrimp. I'm also seasoning here with smoked paprika, cayenne, garlic powder, and some Tony's. This is where the Cajun part starts. And then I add in brown sugar. And I know, you making a face. You second guessing me. You like, what the fuck is this young girl talking about? I know. But adding in a little sweetness and a spicy, savory sauce, it rounds everything out. This is one of those things where you don't taste it and you go, oh, this is sweet. You taste it and you go, why is this so good? It's like the secret ingredient. I add in the tomato paste and I work into the vegetables. I wanted to go from red to a little deeper, a little more brick color. So when it comes to the diced tomatoes, I crushed these myself because I wanted that rustic texture. And instead of pre-made stock, y'all know I used better than bouillon. If you don't have that in your pantry, baby, you ain't really cooking. If you ain't got no better than bouillon in your refrigerator, you ain't really cooking for real. I do add in a little W sauce in there, and it adds a depth that you can't name when you taste it, but you know when it's missing. You definitely notice if there was no W sauce. Now, the heavy cream. You go slow with the heavy cream. You stir as you pour. Continue moving whatever you're using, whatever spoon, ladle, whatever. You want the sauce to come together smooth, not broken, not separated. Give it time on medium low to thicken up and let the flavors get to know each other. Okay, I know that eye looks high, but don't worry, the food didn't burn, so judge your mama, not me, bitch. I've added my noodles back in, I've added my sausage back in. This is when it starts to come together. I taste it because any real cook know you gotta taste it as you go, because how am I supposed to know if the food good if I don't taste it? So I taste it, I season it, I add in some black pepper, some garlic powder, some Valentina sauce, because Valentina goes into everything I make, and I don't apologize for that. I love me some Valentina sauce, girl. I do end up adding in a little bit more cream to loosen everything up. I really wasn't fooling with the reserved pasta water. I never really am because I don't know. I'm not a reserved pasta water girl all the time, especially here when my added liquid could be heavy cream as opposed to reserved pasta water. And also when I made these noodles, I did not make them in better than bouillon. I made them in regular water. Can you believe that? Can you believe I chose plain water? I added in some shredded cheese for a little razzle dazzle. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to shred the Parmesan while the camera was still on, so that's okay. But off camera, we did end up having the Parmesan. It was great. And I add back in the shrimp here, give it a little stir, let it finish cooking all the way through. And now we're gonna get into the final plating. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Remember to feed somebody you love today, and don't forget that includes yourself. Bye for now.